a little bit color change.
Alright, so 24 hours later, here are our steaks. Jack Daniels steak.
Wow.
Oh, nice color.
Oh, nice.
Oh, slices so smoothly.
Oh.
Oh, nice color inside.
Good, right?
Much better. Hello, Tomodachis.
Hello, this is Makoto.
And this is Eric.
Guga Food, as you can see.
We have two beautiful ribeye steaks.
Oh, so big.
And I wonder what we are going to do with them.
Yamazaki whiskey is expensive, but Roger love it.
Yes.
Then we're gonna use it for
Our preparation today.
whiskey steak.
So, in this recipe, we will be doing a 24-hour dry brine of our steaks, and we're going to cover them with whiskey. So if you want to see more of us do experiments like this, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get on with it. These are not Wagyu steaks, as you can see. These are Black Angus from the US, and you can tell because the marbling is very, very different.
So it looks like Lee's Wagyu Katsusando steak.
Yes, so that's why we were a little bit skeptical when we watched Liz's video, because even though it's said to be an English Wagyu, the marbling looked closer to something like this, Black Angus from the US. And basically the process is we're going to give it a whiskey shower, as Guga says.
Yes.
And then we're going to salt it and then put it in our refrigerator overnight and cook it after 24 hours.
Okay. Jack Daniel and the Yamazaki whiskey.
Yes, so we're going to cut one of these in half to do our whiskey experiment, and we're going to leave one to eat plain so that we know what the plain one tastes like compared to the whiskey one.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. So first thing we want to do is we want to trim maybe some of this fat away and then cut this in half. Divide our two whiskeys, so let's move this control steak out of the way.
So some viewers recognize the hocho. It's a knife.
Yes, so this knife is a misono knife. So
Misono knife.
this is actually a gift from one of my friends.
Oh, really? Okay.
So this knife is really nice to cut with and very versatile in the kitchen. Maybe just trim off some of this fat. There's so much fat. Look at that. Pure block of fat. So now that we have our prepared steak, Makoto, which one do you think we should give it a shower with first?
Jack Daniel.
All right, so steak number one will be Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniel, because it's cheaper than the Yamazaki whiskey. So maybe this one is fast. Okay, so open Jack Daniel.
Oh, I haven't had Jack Daniels in a while.
Yeah. I think in university days I gave it to you.
Yes, and I used to have a Jack Daniels shirt that I wore a lot.
I think I remember that.
Almost like bubblegummy, but it's a very sweet whiskey.
Very sweet, yeah. And the Yamazaki whiskey, what kind of smells?
It's a very different smell, I think.
It's more expensive smell.
Expensive smell, huh? How about maybe a little bit like caramel, vanilla? Very smooth. This one is very smooth smell.
This is just a sweet.
Yeah.
This is a complicated sweet. It's a more...
Like this one, if you had with like some chocolate, would be very nice.
I think so.
This one, if you want to get drunk, very nice. Let's give our steak a bath. After we've covered the steak in all that whiskey, we're just gonna sprinkle some salt over it and maybe rub some on the fat cap as well. And let's leave this for 24 hours. So this one actually smells a lot gentler than the Jack Daniels. But that's because it's Yamazaki, right?
Yamazaki. Nice whiskey.
And we're just going to rub some on the fat back here as well. Yeah, we'll leave this for 24 hours and then we're going to taste and compare.
12 hours later. This is Jack Daniel beef with salt. A little bit darker, I think. How do you think? And this is a Yamazaki whiskey beef. This is darker than Jack Daniel beef, I think. Okay, let's continue to do experiment.
Alright, so 24 hours later, here are our steaks. So over here, we have the Jack Daniels steak.
24 hours later.
Looks like the top has gotten a little bit hard and a little bit darker. Next, we have the Yamazaki whiskey steak.
Ooh.
This one looks much darker.
Yeah.
Interesting. And next, we have our plain, unseasoned steak. So, still just steak. So, welcome back. It's 24 hours later.
So as you can see, there's changed.
Yes, our steaks look a little bit different from the last time you saw them. And so we're gonna fry these two up in the cast iron skillet alongside with the control steak, and then we're gonna taste it and see how they taste.
Okay. So oil is this one, right?
Yes, so first we're gonna render some of this beef fat. Unfortunately, we do not have any Iberico pork fat.
Like at least anchovies.
Alright, so let's just put that fat inside.
What?
So this way we just get the pure beef flavor instead of mixing it with pork or chicken or some other flavors.
Not to mix the pork and the beef together.
Nope.
But the anchovies, I think she loved.
I think she really likes that Iberico pork fat because she used it in so many of her recipes,
Yeah.
right?
Even if the Wagyu katsu sando.
Wagyu does not need extra pork fat at all.
But she love it. I think she knows. Because she's a chef. Michelin star chef.
Yes. Okay, I think we've gotten a little bit of fat off of this.
It reminds me of the Matsuzaka Wagyu steak festival.
Yes, but I think the flavor will be quite different.
Last year we did.
Zakagyu A5 rank filet steak.
There is also number.
We want to hear that nice sizzling sound. Oh yeah. That's the sound we want. Okay, let's come loose. Whoa! Look at that crust. Nice color. But this time it's Black Angus from the US. So I'm just seasoning the beef.
So Guga Food always has an interesting experiment they have.
Yes, so today we tried his dry brine with whiskey.
But the only difference is the maker's mark and the Yamazaki whiskey.
Yes.
This time.
So he used, I think it was Jack Daniels and Maker's Mark. We used Jack Daniels and Yamazaki.
More expensive than Guga Food.
Much more.
Yeah.
Smoke is starting to come off a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Smells.
All right, so let's
Nice.
pop our steak in.
Oh.
Sirloin steak. Oh, yes, that is a good sound. Oh, nice color.
It's already delicious. So big. So big.
Alright, so now that we're done with our control steak, let's go on and fry our two other whiskey steaks. Alright, so let's start with the Jack Daniels steak.
Wow.
Oh, nice color.
Oh, nice.
And next is our Yamazaki steak.
Yamazaki steak.
Oh,
it's also good.
Alright, so this is our Jack Daniels steak.
Wow, Jack Daniels steak.
And our Yamazaki whiskey steak.
Yamazaki whiskey.
Don't they look lovely?
Lovely.
Alright, so we're going to cover them with a little bit of foil, and then we'll eat them in about 5 or 10 minutes. So, we'll see these steaks later. Sweet potatoes.
With lots of potatoes. Maybe almost done, right?
Yes. We don't want them too brown, right? Because like McDonald's potatoes are never brown. And I think maybe we sprinkle a little bit of salt on them will be good. And just a little bit of salt. Or honey is also good, I think. But today we'll use salt. That was a little bit of hard work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now our 3 steaks are done, our potatoes are done, and now we're going to slice open and see what they look like inside. Take a look. Beautiful large steak with only a little bit of blood coming out. Control sirloin. And then here, whoa.
Oh.
We'll put the Jack Daniels, I think, let's do the very right. So we'll put it here. And then Yamazaki will be right in the middle.
Okay.
Alright, so let's start with this one, the control steak. So, oh, slices so smoothly.
Ooh.
Oh, nice color inside. So this is, I think, very typical. Maybe Jack Daniels first. So let's slice open Jack. Oh, very interesting.
So different color.
And different texture. This is firmer. Almost like, remember when we made the koji, shio koji version, where it felt like it was almost like, how would you say it? Pickled almost? Very firm.
Yeah.
Our Yamazaki.
Expensive.
Alright, so let's slice it open and see.
Oh.
Oh, this is nice. But also, same as the Jack Daniels, it feels a lot firmer than the uncured steak, unbrined steak. Alright, so we've cut up all our steaks, fried up all our potatoes, and I think we're ready to test out what Guga Foods 24-hour whiskey brine steak tastes like.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a whiskey version.
Yes.
This is non-whiskey.
I think we should eat the normal version first.
Yeah.
Okay, so
いただきます.
いただきます.
And thank you for Guga Food.
Yes, for these interesting and fun experimental recipes.
Yes.
Tomodachis has requested that we try Guga Foods' Mongolian beef recipe as well.
Oh, really? What is that?
So Mongolian beef is, I think, a very popular Chinese dish in the US. Let's look at the color first. The color is like a very fresh steak, right? The ring is quite gradual. Oh, American beef.
Very American beef. Well, it's good.
Oh, that's a nice steak. So these were fried in the leftover fat from all of these beef steaks. Oh, that's pretty tasty.
And a nostalgic taste as well.
So McDonald's fries probably used to taste like this. But I think everyone's waiting for us to taste these.
Okay. Maybe Jack Daniel first, right?
I think so.
This one?
Yes.
You can go fast, yeah.
I don't know. This texture, it really looks like maguro tataki.
Ah. Hmm? Oh.
Oh, I can smell the Jack Daniels.
It's a Jack Daniel.
Jack Daniel 24-hour dry brine steak. It's not so bad. What I don't like about the dry brining is it changes the texture of the beef so much. It becomes more like ham-like.
Oh, Jack Daniel.
Yamazaki.
Yamazaki whiskey.
All right, so this is our Yamazaki whiskey steak.
Oh, Yamazaki
It's
whiskey.
the color. Same. Color is the same. The smell is nicer than the Jack Daniel one. All right. Ah, this one is better, I think.
Yeah. Better than the Jack Daniel.
But whiskey does not go so well with steak, I think. Like I'm getting beef and then whiskey and then beef whiskey.
I think, as you may know, already selected the best one and the last one, right? So yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Exactly that order. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
But yeah, I think for steak, if you want to do the dry brine, either use a seasoned salt or plain salt. Don't add whiskey.
Whiskey is just experiment.
And whiskey, I think, is better just for drinking.
I want you to try wasabi soy sauce.
So in Japan, we call that wasabi joyu.
This is very the way to eat Japanese style. Good, right?
Much better.
I don't know why. This is nice combination.
Because the fermentation of soy sauce and whiskey is also fermented. So those flavors play nicer together than just plain alcohol. But wow, this is really, really delicious.
Wow.
So, okay, if you are going to try Guga Foods steak recipe, brine 24 hours with whiskey, be sure to have it with wasabi joyu. I think that is our recommendation for this video.
So good, so good. This is amazing. Why? Why so good?
I think also because the texture becomes a bit more firm, right? With the whiskey. It's almost like eating sashimi. Like, it's a little bit similar to eating like tuna sashimi.
I see, I see. That's why.
It works so well together. Please try it.
Wow, めっちゃいいこれ. How about the normal one?
I think normal one also good, but I think maybe better with the whiskey one for this case.
This one is better.
So for wasabi joyu, definitely try it with the seasoned steak, so 24-hour whiskey brine. Anyway, if you want to see us try more experiments like this, feel free to leave your suggestions below.
Yeah.
And give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Some Tomodachis also said they would like us to watch the nashi gorems.